Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something that, well, seems simple, but is actually really vital for clear communication.
Absolutely. We're talking about the paragraph.
Exactly. It's
Yes.
more than just a chunk of text on a page, right? It's fundamental for building focused ideas, especially when you're writing academically.
Yeah, definitely. Think of it like this. Strong paragraphs are like signposts for your reader. They make your arguments, your logic, just so much easier to follow.
Right. When each paragraph, has that solid core and connects well, the whole message just lands better.
Mm-hmm.
So, our mission today, we've been digging into some great material on this, is to really break down what makes a paragraph work. What are those essential pieces?
Okay, let's do it. It pretty much boils down to three main parts, usually.
Three key players.
Yeah. You got a topic sentence, then the supporting details, and finally the concluding sentence.
Okay, let's start at the top. The topic sentence. What's its job, really?
Well, the topic sentence, and it's often the first one, it's kind of like a mini promise to the reader.
Yeah.
It states the main point of that specific paragraph.
Okay.
But it also, crucially, needs to link back to your main argument, your thesis,
Yeah.
and sort of signal what's coming next in that paragraph. It keeps things focused.
So, instead of just saying online learning is good, you'd say something more specific.
Exactly. Like one major benefit of online learning is its flexibility.
Yeah.
See, that gives a clear direction. Our sources even suggest using direct starters, like one reason is.
Yeah.
Makes it super clear.
Got it. Sets the direction. Okay, so after the topic sentence comes.
The supporting details. This is the body of the paragraph where you build your case.
Right, the middle sentences. This is where you provide the proof, the example.
Precisely. You explain, you describe, you give facts, maybe stats, sometimes even personal examples if it's less formal writing. You're basically backing up that claim you made in the topic sentence.
And the material we looked at stressed sticking to one core idea per sentence here.
Yeah, that helps keep it clear. And using linking words, for example, because,
Yeah.
things like that, to show how each detail connects back. Avoid just repeating the topic sentence over and over.
Makes sense. You state your point, then you show the reader why. Okay, and that brings us to the end of the paragraph.
Yeah.
The concluding sentence. Is it just summing up?
It's mostly summing up, yeah, but it's important. It wraps up the paragraph's main idea,
Huh.
kind of reinforces it one last time, gives that sense of completeness.
So it brings it to a close.
Right. And sometimes it can also give a little hint about what the next paragraph might discuss, acting as a smooth transition.
Ah, okay. Therefore, this flexibility makes online learning a convenient option. Something like that. It echoes the topic, but maybe adds a little final emphasis.
Exactly that. And a key tip here, don't suddenly introduce a brand new idea in this last sentence. Just restate the main point, maybe using slightly different words. Transition words like in conclusion or thus can work well here too.
Let's maybe use that smartphone example from our sources. How does it fit this structure?
Good idea. So the topic sentence might be, smartphones offer various educational benefits in the classroom. Clear claim,
Okay.
then supporting details. For example, students can use educational apps. Teachers can conduct online quizzes. Also, the interactive nature increases engagement. See, each backs up the benefits idea,
Right, specific example.
and the concluding sentence ties it up. Therefore, when used thoughtfully, smartphones can be valuable learning tools. It summarizes the potential, reinforcing the main point.
It really is like a little mini essay, isn't it? Each part doing its job.
It is. Now, related to this structure is the idea of cohesion and coherence. Our material mentioned these two. They sound similar.
But they're slightly different.
Yeah. Cohesion is more about the glue, the actual words and phrases like transition words or pronouns that link sentences together grammatically and logically.
Okay, the mechanics of connection.
Right. Whereas coherence is the bigger picture. It's about whether the ideas themselves flow logically and make overall sense. Do they hang together as a clear, understandable thought?
Ah, I see. So you could technically link sentences cohesion, but the ideas might still jump around illogically, lack of coherence.
Exactly. You need both for writing that's easy and, frankly, enjoyable to read. They create unity.
And transition words are a key tool for building both, right?
Definitely. They're like the road signs. They explicitly tell the reader the relationship between ideas. Are you adding, comparing, showing cause and effect, contrast?
Give us some examples.
Yeah, for adding. Also, furthermore, in addition, for examples. For instance, specifically, cause effect. Therefore, consequently, as a result. Contrast, however, but, on the other hand, summary, in conclusion, to sum up.
Those little words do a lot of heavy lifting, like technology can be useful, however, it can also be distracting. That, however, signals the shift immediately.
It really does. And for building that overall coherence, some tips from the material are really helpful, like planning your paragraph first. Just a quick outline helps keep the ideas logical.
Makes sense. Know where you're going before you start writing.
Right. And using transition words effectively, sometimes at the start, sometimes in the middle of sentences. Using pronouns like it, they. This method, to refer back, clearly helps too. Avoid just making random leaps between ideas.
And maybe repeating key terms or using synonyms sometimes.
Yes, that can reinforce the main point and keep the reader anchored.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the core elements: topic sentence, setting the stage; supporting details, providing the substance; concluding sentence, tying it off.
And underpinning it all, cohesion, the sentence level links, and coherence, the overall logical flow, often built using those crucial transition words.
It's quite a neat structure when you break it down.
It is. And what's interesting, I think, is how these aren't just rules for academic papers. This kind of structure, it helps in almost any kind of communication where you want to be clear and focused.
Ah, that's a great point. It leads to a final thought for you, the listener. Think about how consciously using these elements, a clear point, solid support, a neat wrap up, could actually sharpen not just your writing, but maybe even how you structure your thoughts when you speak. What might become clearer for you if you focus on these building blocks? Something to ponder. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.